We're Steph and John, and welcome to our Real Reno.
This is the Real series where we take you through our own renovation project in real time.
So this week has been sort of a different week on site. We were in Melbourne for a big chunk of these last 2 weeks.
We were, but I guess this is the real side of the reno. The reno is not always gung-ho on site, and a real part of the reno is the planning stage.
Yes, for
sure.
So
we have had a fair few weeks of working with council. We've had a few preliminary DA meetings. We've been working through the heritage conservation aerial aspects of our house.
Yes, so you're probably wondering, and I've spoken about this before, how have we been able to do what we've done so far? So we do have an approved CDC, and we're able to do various works under that CDC, a lot of it being down the back, a lot of the internal works as well. So there's a few things that we're wanting council to get approved on. So we, it's colors, it's the way that the front exterior is going to be, it's the bathroom jut out, it's those sorts of things. So we've gone back and forth with them, and I think it's important that we sort of say that and talk about how we can be dynamic in our planning because of it.
So to give you a bit of a visual cue of where we were and where we are now with our plans, we're going to pop our plans up just here.
So where we've moved the bathroom that services the front 2 bedrooms is now in between. So you're probably thinking, oh, now you're making those bedrooms significantly smaller. If you see actually where this blue dotted line was, the bedroom 1 at the front was much larger than bedroom 2. So we've actually made them equal size, and the way in which we're doing that is by pushing the bathroom slightly towards bedroom 1. In terms of space, to help you understand, if we were to have a wardrobe on either side of these rooms, that's what the room would be like anyway. So what we've actually done is created a bit of a walk-in robe for both bedrooms, so it doesn't feel that we are now going to add this extra layer of joinery to close that room in. We've also combined this walk-in robe with the master ensuite and another walk-in robe into bedroom 3.
So if we break that down, the reason why we did that is because this is what's considered a lateral extension, so going wide. Now, the council were quite strong on not wanting to alter the streetscape of our home too much. So they recommended to push the start of that widening of the home back to the second bedroom. So that's what we did. And Steph's come up with that crafty solution that we can still service both bedrooms through the one bathroom.
We've also eliminated our WC around the pantry, which is actually a better planning layout. And it's funny because usually people would be scared that, we've been pushed back or there's certain things that are constraining. I actually love going to council, and obviously as an architect, this is one of my favorite parts. I get to be able to speak to them directly and sort of negotiate what a really good middle ground is. But in that, we find this beauty in architecture where we are challenged and we actually think outside of the box. And that's why I'm saying that this actual solution is 100% is better. So that bathroom that was once behind the pantry is now being moved to the sitting room area, pushed out on the side, and I think it's actually in a better location and it flows on much better, allowing a lot of natural light to flood into the living room, pantry and kitchen still.
And it also then allows that bathroom and WC to service the entire outdoor entertaining area. Because we have broken the house up into 2 different zones. We've got kind of the sleeping area in the front part of the house, and then the 2 living areas, dining, kitchen, and that outdoor area, which is going to be huge for entertaining guests.
So not a huge change, but I thought it was important for you to understand behind the scenes what I've been working on with council when we're not on site and when we're not in Melbourne and when we're not doing all these other things. So it's been a lot, but there's a lot happening on site and we're excited for the weeks ahead.
So let's show you what's happening over on site.
So you're probably thinking, why did we lay these floors if we were going to rip them back up? Well, we always knew this was going to happen, and we specifically chose a product that had a clip system so you can easily take them off and put them back down at a later date in this manner. There will be some that, you can't reuse because they've been cut in certain ways, but we actually ordered extra last time because of this. So we will discard of some, and the majority we will be keeping and using throughout the house again.
So I have been working with the heritage architect on creating a color palette that is complementary to the existing character of the home. So we have colors like Classic Cream. We have colors like Manna Red. And these are all color bond colors that have sort of stood the test of time. So in determining the outdoor colors, you still need to understand the continuity between the interior and the exterior. So because we definitely started on the inside, I actually picked the outdoor colors a very long time ago. But I'm just coming back to the drawing board and being able to, reaffirm my decision making. And to be honest, I've actually made a change already. So these here are our indoor colors. So you know that we painted the kitchen safari suit, the pantry, this haunted forest color. Our ceilings were surf wax. Of course, we've ripped them down now, so we can change this color if we want. But it's actually a really beautiful, not white. And Wayward we had for the wall colors, which again, we can, reassess. But I'm still really loving this as an indoor color. And Raspberry Truffle was our then study. I'm not going to have that as a study anymore at the front room, but I do want to reinstate Raspberry Truffle somewhere in the house. So that being said, our exterior colors, we have Manna Red that's represented in our roof tiles. We have Monument, which is represented in some detailing. Jasper, which is represented in our gutter work. And now we're just basically picking what our details would be, and also our window trims and what that sort of color will be. So the choice is between Paper Bark and Classic Cream. I think both of them really go. I think there can be a combination of them all. So what I'm going to do is a few samples in the natural light and be able to determine that.
Actually comical how much dust is coming down right now.
So we're here today, we've got the Precise Demolition boys doing some very intricate demolition, basically returning the house to a shell. So first things first, we did want to keep all the fireplace. So all the marbles being accurately taken off. We're going to take it off site, treat it, because we are going to look to reposition it as part of the reno. But the next thing that they're doing is bringing down all the ceilings. Now, this house was built over 100 years ago, so there's 100 years of ceiling there, and the things you find when you're demoing you would not expect. We actually found a voodoo doll and some letter written in a language that I don't know. We're going to show you guys. Hopefully someone can tell me what it means, because we have no idea. We're kind of tripping out a bit. And a witch sculpture. No idea what to make of it. I'm not going to think too much about it because I don't want this house labelled a haunted house.
Hey, I'm Stathis from Precise Demolition Group. Today we're pulling down all the ceilings. There was a few double ceilings, but there was heaps of dust.
100 years of house. Still solid bones, which is why we bought it. We're literally going to transform this into something so sick.
Okay, so this week did definitely consist of a lot of demo. The house is almost unrecognizable now. It's sort of a bit ghost town-like. I can't say that I'm spending a lot of time here, but we're clearing this all up, and I promise you, you're not going to want to miss the next episode.